Let's get you details of a massive political row that has erupted over Hanuman Chalisa in Maharashtra. Independent MLA Ravi Rana and his wife MP Navneet Rana said they would recite Hanuman Chalisa outside Uddhav Thackeray's residence if he did not chant it on Hanuman Jayanti. On Friday, angry Shiv Sainiks gathered outside the private residence of Maharashtra Chief Minister Matushri and dared the couple to come out to chant Hanuman Chalisa. When they arrived in Mumbai on Friday morning, the Mumbai police served a notice to them warning the couple to be held responsible if their actions disturbed law and order. Well, even after a police notice, the couple is adamant going ahead with their plans to avoid any mishap on toward incidents. Heavy police has been deployed outside Matushri. This comes after MNS Chief Raj Thackeray gave an ultimatum to the state government to remove loudspeakers from malls by the 3rd of May, citing noise pollution. MNS Chief threatened to play Hanuman Chalisa right outside religious places at higher volume if this demand was not met with.
हमको पहले आह्वान किया गया कि आप मुंबई में पैर रख के दिखाइए। हमने बोला हमको हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ने के लिए किसी की परमिशन की जरूरत नहीं है और उसी के अकॉर्डिंगली हमने उनसे तारीख मांगी, उनसे समय मांगा जो उन्होंने नहीं दिया, इसलिए हमने तारीख और समय दे दिया और आज उसी के मुताबिक सिर्फ पैर डाल के देखो, हम तो पूरे साक्षात यहाँ पे बैठे हैं।
अगर हनुमान चालीसा इतना विरोध करने का उद्धव जी का क्या कारण है? मुझे लगता है कहीं न कहीं बाला साहब के विचारों का विसर उनको पड़ा है। बाला साहब के विचारों को काजू में रख के महाविकास आघाड़ी के विचारों पे चल रहे हैं, इसीलिए आज यह हनुमान चालीसा का विरोध हो रहा है।
ये दाम्पत्य उद्धव जी का नाम लेके, शिवसेना का नाम लेके, मातोश्री का नाम लेके खुद को ज्यादा पब्लिसिटी मिलने के लिए वो स्टंटबाजी कर रहे हैं। बहुत ही निंदनीय और बालिश उनके विचार है। वो हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ना चाहते तो हम भी पढ़ते, हमें दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं।
देखिए, बंटी एंड बबली अगर पहुंचे हैं तो हमें कोई एतराज नहीं है। ये जो स्टंटबाजी है, फिल्म के लोग हैं, ये फिल्मी लोग हैं। ये स्टंटबाजी या मार्केटिंग करना उनका काम है सबका। और बीजेपी को अब ऐसे लोगों की ज़रूरत पड़ती है अपने मार्केटिंग के लिए। सब हिंदुत्व की मार्केटिंग करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। हमको मालूम है हिंदुत्व क्या है।
A political slugfest has ensued in Rajasthan after 3 temples in Alwar were recently bulldozed to remove encroachments. The opposition BJP has slammed the Congress for demolishing the temples in the name of development. Here's more.
Three temples demolished, notice sent to another one. Bulldozers have sparked a political fight now in Rajasthan's Alwar district. Locals claim the demolished temples in Rajgarh Sarai Mohalla were 300-year-old. They were brought down for developmental work.
ये जो यहाँ तोड़फोड़ की गई है और यहाँ के जो प्रशासन है, लोकल बॉडी है, उनके द्वारा ये तोड़फोड़ की गई है। हमने जो जानकारी करी नगर पालिका बोर्ड के द्वारा, तो उन्होंने कहा था कि हमारे द्वारा मास्टर प्लान का कोई निर्णय नहीं लिया गया। हमारे द्वारा गौरव पथ का निर्णय यहाँ लिया गया था कि उसके अंदर जो अतिक्रमण चिन्हित करके, अतिक्रमण तोड़ के और हम निर्माण कार्य करेंगे।
Outraged by the demolition, some Hindu organizations are protesting against the decision. The BJP, sensing opportunity, has hit out at the Congress over this demolition drive.
300 से अधिक वर्ष पुराने एक शिव मंदिर के ऊपर जिस प्रकार से बुलडोजर चलाया गया है और जिस प्रकार से ड्रिलिंग मशीन के माध्यम से शिवलिंग के ऊपर प्रहार किया जा रहा है, ये हम सब के हृदय के ऊपर प्रहार है।
The Congress claims the BJP rules the Rajgarh municipality, which allegedly ordered the removal of encroachments.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी देश में बुलडोजर लेकर आई, लोगों को रोने के लिए मजबूर कर दिया। अब बीजेपी का बुलडोजर मंदिर के ऊपर चढ़ गया, मंदिर को तोड़ दिया। पाप किया बीजेपी के लोगों ने। बीजेपी के लोगों ने मंदिर तोड़ा है। मंदिर हम बनाएंगे, इसलिए बनाएंगे क्योंकि बीजेपी ने जो पाप किया है उसके लिए बीजेपी ना माफी मांगती है, ना सच को स्वीकार करती है।
A similar bulldozer controversy erupts in Uttar Pradesh as well. Railway authorities have issued an anti-encroachment notice to a temple in the city, sparking resentment amongst locals.
2011 में जब रेलवे ने नोटिस जारी किया था, उसमें जब रिसीवर नियुक्त थे वो प्रशासनिक अधिकारी थे, एसडीएम थे आगरा सदर के, उन्होंने लिखित में दे दिया यहाँ कोई अतिक्रमण नहीं है। जब निस्तारण हो गया तो फिर दोबारा नोटिस देने की क्यों आवश्यकता पड़ी?
The locals claim the Man Chamunda temple near Raja Mandi railway station is almost 100 years old.
माता रानी तो रेलवे स्टेशन बनने से पहले से स्थापित है। ये ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के समय की बात है, 250-300 साल पुराना स्थान है, कोई आज का नहीं है।
From Delhi to Rajasthan to Madhya Pradesh to Gujarat, the bulldozers have become the latest hot political topic across the country. Bureau Report, India Today.
And provocations continue over last week's riots and demolition drive in Delhi's Jahangirpuri. Congress leader Tauqir Raza has made controversial statements against Prime Minister Modi and said that if the Prime Minister remains deaf to atrocities against Muslims, then no one can stop another Mahabharat from happening in India. The BJP hit out at the Congress leader and demanded strict action. Here's more.
Politics and provocations continue over last week's riots and the demolition drive that followed in Jahangirpuri. Controversial cleric and Congress leader Tauqir Raza Khan has sparked a new controversy comparing Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Dhritarashtra. Launching a personal attack on Modi, Raza said that if the Prime Minister remains deaf to atrocities against Muslims, then no one can stop another Mahabharat from happening in India. The Congress leader from Uttar Pradesh then issued an open threat saying, if Muslims hit the streets, no one can stop them.
इस देश को बांटने वाली कोई शक्ति अभी पैदा नहीं हुई है। भारत के मुसलमान अपने बहुसंख्यक साथियों में पूरा विश्वास रखते हैं। इस विश्वास को ठेस नहीं लगनी चाहिए।
While the Congress tried to play down the comment, the damage was already done.
जेल में जगह खाली है और जो गुंडाई करेंगे ठीक किया जाएगा।
Hindu Mahasabha President Swami Chakrapani described Raza's statement as call for civil war.
ये बयान बिल्कुल ऐसा लग रहा है कि जैसे भारत में गृह युद्ध कराने के लिए पाकिस्तान से इन लोगों ने सुपारी ले रखी है। मैं सरकार से मांग करता हूं, ये जो बयान दे रहे हैं इसको हल्के में न लिया जाए।
Meanwhile, opposition parties are sending their delegations to the riot-hit areas of Jahangirpuri. After the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party teams visited Jahangirpuri, the TMC, SP and CPI delegations flocked to the colony on Friday. The TMC's all-women delegation claimed to have entered Jahangirpuri through the alleys, but they were escorted out by the police.
On arrival, saw the police have surrounded the total area, and if you can just focus your camera that side, you can see how those people are being forced with lathi by the police.
CPI leader D. Raja alleged that the police did not allow his party delegation to meet the families living in the area. The CPI staged a protest and raised slogans against Home Minister Amit Shah and Delhi police.
Mr. Amit Shah should be held answerable to the illegal bulldozing without following any due process even for encroachments.
A VHP delegation that tried to enter the riot zone was also stopped by the police. While no violence has been reported since Saturday, when the riots took place, Jahangirpuri remains tense. What is perhaps needed from leaders is less of politics and more of healing. Bureau Report, India Today.
Amid the ongoing demolition drive in Delhi city and in other parts of the country, we bring you a special report. A report that exposes our netas, ones who call for action against illegal encroachment, but remain silent when their own houses breach the space allotted to them and spill out of its boundaries. Here's more.
A drive that shook a neighborhood. and national politics. But in a city as heavily populated and congested as Delhi, encroachments aren't restricted to Jahangirpuri alone. Illegal constructions are far more the norm than the exception here. An India Today ground report, however, found the epic glass house and stones proverb playing out in the city's political circles. Take a look at the house of Raja Iqbal Singh, the mayor of the North Delhi Municipal Corporation. The man who ordered bulldozers into Jahangirpuri and defended the drive as part of anti-encroachment exercise.
जिन्होंने इंक्रोच सरकारी जमीन को कब्जे कर रखे हैं वो अपने आप ही इसको हटा लें, ना तो जेसीबी हमें दोबारा लाना पड़ेगा और जेसीबी रेगुलर आता रहेगा। जेसीबी वहाँ हम काम करेंगे जब तक इंक्रोचमेंट खत्म नहीं होती, जेसीबी बिल्कुल चलेगी।
When we turned the lens at the mayor's own home and neighborhood, we found these encroachments jutting out several feet brazenly into the streets and up in the air. When confronted, the mayor promised to clear the illegal constructions.
आपके घर के बाहर भी जो इंक्रोचमेंट है, आप मानते हैं कि आपकी भी गलती है इस चीज को लेकर के आप भी इसको रिमूव करवाएंगे?
देखो, मैंने आपको पहले ही कह दिया, इंक्रोचमेंट कहीं पर भी होगी तो वो हटेगी, भले हम खुद हटाएंगे ना तो फिर कॉर्पोरेशन अपने आप हटा देगी उसको।
Meet the Delhi BJP President Adesh Gupta, another proponent of bulldozer politics.
बुलडोजर एक ऐसा शब्द, एक ऐसा यंत्र है जो अतिक्रमण को हटाने वाला है, जो रोहिंग्या बांग्लादेशियों को हटाने वाला है, जो आम आदमी पार्टी जैसे तमाम राजनीतिक दलों के जो तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के मंसूबे हैं उनको भी भगाने वाला है।
But that's how the BJP leader's own house stands at West Patel Nagar, from where he is a councillor himself. A building spilling out of its boundaries.
आपके घर पर भी मैं गया था, तस्वीर भी लेकर के आया, वहां पर भी दिख रहा था सीढ़ियां बनी है, इस तरीके का है, रैंप बना हुआ है, तो क्या उनको भी तोड़ा जाएगा?
देखिए, नगर निगम सारी कार्रवाई करता है, अगर वहां कहीं भी कोई इलीगल है, कहीं भी कुछ भी, और इस तरह की अगर इंक्रोचमेंट है तो क्यों नहीं तोड़ा जाना चाहिए, क्यों नहीं कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए?
Properties used by some Aam Aadmi Party leaders in Delhi also violate building codes. This is the office of Manoj Tyagi at Khajuri Khas. Aam Aadmi Party's opposition leader in the East Delhi Municipal Corporation. This dilapidated building too encroaches on public land.
सबसे ज्यादा जिम्मेदारी जिसकी बनती है बीजेपी शासित नगर निगम की बनती है। भाजपा जो 15 साल से नगर निगम के अंदर बैठी है उसकी जिम्मेदारी थी कि दिल्ली के अंदर जितनी भी एंक्रोचमेंट है उसको साफ करे, उसको होने ना दे।
Complaints against alleged illegal constructions have mounted across Delhi. But bulldozers have been too swift in targeting one neighborhood after the Ram Navami clashes, sparing years-old encroachments at properties used by netas. With Sushant Mehra and Kumar Kunal in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, with just a day left for Prime Minister Modi's visit to Jammu, NIA has taken over probe in the attack that took place on a CISF bus in Jammu. Just ahead of the Prime Minister's visit to Samba district on Sunday, security has been beefed up. A team of the National Investigation Agency also reached Jammu's Sunjwani area to investigate the terror attack on a CISF bus carrying 15 personnel. 3 terrorists and a security personnel were killed in the attack. The attack took place near an army installation in Jammu, where forces retaliated and terrorists were forced to run away. A total of 3 companies of CISF are deployed in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir to maintain law and order. A CISF company of the 3rd Battalion, along with Narwal Police, have also been deployed at the Jammu city ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. As the Russian forces ramp up their attack on the eastern part of Ukraine, the second largest city, Kharkiv, is witnessing daily bombings. My colleague Abhishek Bhalla gets you this next ground report from the ravaged city of Kharkiv.
We speak there, we have had to take cover now. You can see what's happening.
Residential buildings,
children's park, schools, everything reduced to rubble. Putin's war machines relentlessly bombarding the city of Kharkiv, the second largest metropolitan center of Ukraine. India Today reports from the war zone in the middle of missiles raining down into the city.
This is a residential area. This is what is left of the children's park, and the entire complex completely reduced to debris. People who were living here have had to evacuate. Continuous bombing, shelling we can hear even as we speak. Let's find out what's been the situation over the last few days. Can you give us an update on what's exactly been happening in this area?
Тут відбувалися інтенсивні бомбардування.
Massive bombings have taken place. Russian occupation army have fired from artillery, reactive artillery, and here you can see the result of it.
Нічних, виключно нічних обстрілів.
After taking control of Mariupol, Putin seems to be eyeing Kharkiv. The city too is preparing for an all-out assault.
This is a residential area. We can hear the shelling in the background. This is a residential area near Kharkiv where there has been intense fighting. Continuous shelling can be heard in the background. We are making sure that we can take shelter somewhere close by. We can see what has happened to the houses here. Lalit will just pan and give you a clear picture. These are all apartments completely blown off. Most of the people have left their homes. They've been evacuated from here. And the ones who are still stuck here are trying to get out of here. The situation remains extremely volatile.
India Today visited the bunkers of Ukrainian forces just 40 kilometers from the Russian border to get a first-hand experience of how soldiers are coping with the battle.
This is a bunker, a shelter for the Ukrainian forces. We were just at the site where shelling was happening, that residential area, and just underneath that, this bunker has been created. This is where the Ukrainian forces are staying right now, and the soldiers who are posted here, this is how they are taking shelter at this place as the shelling continues outside. This is what the home of a Ukrainian soldier looks like during the war. Here, very close to the border, only 20-25 kilometers away, and things seem to be really intensifying from here onwards. We'll try and speak also to some of the soldiers here to get a clear sense of what exactly has been happening here over the last few days and what do they expect will be happening in the days to come. With camera person Lalit Joshi, this is Abhishek Bhalla in the Kharkiv region for India Today.